features and characteristics of agrarian society. First, occupational structure. An agrarian society is generally associated with the domestication of plant, animals, domestication of plants, funds, farming, and that of animals means herding. Often there is mixture of farming and the use of such domesticated animals such as cow, goat, and sheep. But along with the agricultural and driving, there are other economic activities of the people in an agrarian society. Thus, there are artisans like weavers, porters, blacksmiths, petty shopkeepers, service holders such as sweeper, watchman, domestic servants, and other pursuing loyally occupations. Second, forms of land ownership in agrarian societies. Generally, there are landlords, supervisory farmers, cultivators, and sharecroppers. The land holders own the land but do not work on it. They let it out for sharecropping. The supervisory farmers are those who live by having their land cultivated by hard laborers. The cultivators cultivate the land for themselves. The sharecroppers are those who live by tilling other people's land or a crop sharing basis. The artisans own their means of production and produce by their own labor in their farmhouses. The traders are not large size businessmen. It may be noted that the artisan and trader class in an agrarian society sometimes also own land which they either cultivate through hired labor or let it out for shareholders. Three, village community system. An agrarian society is highlighted by the institution of village community system. The agrarian economy made fixed dwelling houses necessary. Living close together for protection and cooperation, and living nearer to the land gave birth to agricultural villages. The village is not only the residential place of farmers, it is also the social integrator. It serves as the nucleus of the society, and life operates almost completely within the village. The life patterns of the people are fixed. Their habits, attitudes, and ideas are sharply marked off from those of the people living in the industrial society. The production relations between the different classes living in the village community become so stabilized that even the new forces find it difficult to break them through. Four, minimal division of labor. Another structural feature of agrarian society is a minimal division of labor, except for the basic division founded on age and sex differences. There are few specialized roles. There is only one predominant type of occupation, that is, domestication of plants and animals. For all the people, the environment, physical as well as social, is the same. Agrarian society is a homogeneous society where people are engaged in the same economic pursuit. There is not much division and subdivision of work. There is no multiplicity of organizations, economic and social. There are no trade unions or professional associations. The different physical types, interests, occupational roles, values, religious groups, and attitudes, so obvious in an industrial society, are absent from the agrarian society. The people tend to be much alike in body build as well as cultural patterns. Five, role of family. One striking feature of the agrarian society is the great importance of the family, not only as an reproductive and child rearing agency, but as an economic unit. In many societies, it is not the individual as such, but the entire family as a group that tilling the soil, plants and harvests the crops and carries out cooperatively the other necessary farmhouse functions. The firm family is of the patriarchal type. The father is the final arbiter in most of the family's major decisions. The status of the family is the status of the individual. There are established family traditions in regard to marriage, religion, recreation, and occupation. The life of all men and women is merged in family life. Since there are not many special organizations, family is the only organization to perform the tasks of aid and protection. 6. Sense of unity. The members of an agrarian society exhibit a strong in-group feeling, since the whole of their social lives is wrapped up in a society which is physically, economically and socially homogeneous. They are inclined to view the entire outside world as an out group. There is a strong we feeling. In the name of village glory, the people are ready to sacrifice their lives. Any outsider violating the village norms and customs is heavily punished. The relations among the village people are personal. In an agrarian society, neighborhood is one of the important units which has disappeared from the industrial society. 7. Informal social control. An agrarian society is regionally divided into villages. In a village community, the force of traditional mores is more dominant than in the urban community. In the village, everybody is known to everybody. The members in a village community help each other and share the joy and sorrows of each other. Crime in an agrarian society is rare. Sanctions are imposed informally through gossip, ridicule. The behavior is governed by folkways and mores. There is little formal law. Informal pressure are sufficient to enforce the norms. 8. Simplicity and uniformity. Life of the people in an agrarian society is marked by simplicity and uniformity. Their main occupation is agriculture, which largely depends upon the thinking of nature. The farmer acquires an attitude of fear and wonder towards natural forces and starts worshipping them. The people thereby come to develop deep faith in religion and divinities. An agrarian society is a religious society. Moreover, the farmers led a simple life. Their clothing, agricultural practices, and vehicles have been carried out with little change for generations. They regard simple life as good life. They are far away from the evils of industrial civilization. Their behavior is natural, not artificial. Live a peaceful life. They are free from mental conflict. They do not suffer heart strokes. They are sincere, hardworking, and hospitable. They view land as the most substantial of all heritages. 9. The economy. Based on agriculture, and the society is divided into a number of classes based on the feudal system. For example, the zamindars, the peasants, and the laborers, etc. Thank you. Have a nice day.